Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. So today I like to share with you on learning kungfu. This is very critical for anyone who want to develop kungfu. Okay, be it in Buddhist meditations, in the Qigong meditations, or in martial arts. What I'm going to share with you is the critical point. If we don't do this, we will never really develop things. So, in terms of learning, there are three parts need to be really clear and need to be followed as it is. If we don't do that, we don't follow those three parts, this is hopeless. The first part is about learning the subject, thinking or investigate on it, and experiment on it or practice it. First part. For example, if I heard a teacher is teaching, I heard what he's teaching, so I learn about what he's teaching, what he's talking about, what he's presenting, and then after that I have to think, sort out what is he presenting or she presenting. Nobody can do the sorting for me, right? So I listen, I comprehend, and then I sort out and I think it over and investigate what it is. And the third part is I have to try the thing out and experiment with it so that I really have the experience and know what it is. So this is the first part. Okay? You heard one, actually think about it, investigate on it after one heard the teaching, and then one experiment with it to get experience. Three parts. Okay, and of course, if anything which is one don't feel comfortable or not clear, then we need to go back to ask the teacher, what is this, right? First part. The second part is, with all costs, we need to find out the full view. On today, we talk about it as a system. How is this system work? And then how is the details work? So the second part is one determined to take as long as possible or whatever need to be take whatever time to find out what exactly it is, to experience whatever it is. If one do not know about it or do not have a solid feel and solid insight of it, one don't stop. One simply want to know what it is and be able to do it. It's very important. Be able to do it. Okay? Again, if one don't know, ask the teacher or ask the friends. Okay, so this is the second part. The third part is one need to respect the teacher and respect the subject. Well, respect teacher, it doesn't mean that you bow to a teacher like he's some kind of Buddha or some kind of sage. No, respect the teacher means you listen. You try to understand what it is. You work to understand what is the teacher is talking about. Seek to understand. And that is also respect the subject. We seek to understand what it is. It's like You and I talk here, and when you are talking, presenting something, I have to respect you. I have to listen to everything you are talking about. Have the patience. And need to comprehend what it is. Instead of you talking, you teaching, you lecturing, whatever you lecture, and I keeping thinking what I'm thinking. Okay? That is not respect to the teacher, that's not respect to the subject. So, one need to quiet down, listen, comprehend, without having ourselves running something. When other people's talking something, we have our mind running on whatever we want. Okay? So these three parts. The first part is, you heard about it. We are investigating about it, sort it out, and then we do experiment with it and see what it is. Or if we don't know, ask the teacher. The second part is, with all our intention, we are going to dig deep down until we know the full picture and the details, and we be able to do it. This is not about I'm number one, okay? No, understand what the subject it is. Until we really know about it, we don't stop. We look for it. The third thing is, you respect the teacher, respect the subject. If we go learn something, we shut up and we just listen. Instead of we have our mind spinning behind our head. Okay? If we follow these three, it doesn't matter it is meditations or healing art or Qigong or martial art or any kind of style of martial art, we will be able to grasp it. Same thing in engineering, if you do that. This is on study, how to properly study. So, last video is about, is it lineage or is it mess up? Why people mess up? Well, let me tell you why it is. I have enough experience in this for past decades since I'm trying to helping and teaching. The rich, the famous, the grandmaster, always, you say something, they think something behind their head. So whatever you say, they just want, their intention is to get your stuff as their collection. It's like their collections of Ferrari. So you can hear about many teachers say, I learned from this grandmaster, I learned from that grandmaster, I learned from this, I know this, I know this, I know this. That's what they want. But did they really know? They don't, because they never go through all these three. And then I have some students I kick out. At the beginning, they follow the rules, and after a while, they don't. Like I'm talking about the 2C state of this particular person. So the Chinese say, you know, you don't even have wing yet, and you try to fly now. So that is how many students have no idea, do not get the art or the kungfu of the teacher, but they go out there, they think that they know everything. Okay? This is an extremely serious problem. That's why, again, this channel, I want to make this cast in stone, whatever in the past, and then we get the modern technology we want to see. This is all actually, they are consistent. There's no shortcut. Okay? Well, I met a few rich and famous people asking me about this, about Qigong, about meditations, And then say, oh, this monk say this guru say this. You know what? I don't give a damn even if Buddha is here. Period. Get your heart rate variability. That speaks louder than Buddha. At this case, it's not that I do not respect Buddha, but Buddha is not here anymore. So this is speak louder. You say you want Qigong, you have meditations. Show me your heart rate profile, how you drop your heart rate, how you drop your breathing rate, respiration rate. Show me. Okay? So, these three things, remember, if you really want to be good in any subject, if you do this, you'll be good. If you don't, you expect trouble. And if one follow the first part, you listen, you comprehend, you investigate, you test it out, you know. Doesn't matter kungfu or meditations, it is keeping growing stuff. What people say that, you know, the ancient Chinese, like make it like the ancient Chinese is perfect. It's the ultimate. Taoist. You know what? Is that true? No. If you really investigate in, about 90 years ago in China, you look at the people who have tuberculosis, TBC. Did they die? How many survive? Once they pronounce they have the tuberculosis, how many die? Well, you have Chinese medicine, you have Qigong, you have all this internal grandmaster, Qi and all this thing. Why do they die? But today, tuberculosis can be treated with medicines. So like it or not, you have to admit that. The reality is Western medicines have this advanced technology. Look into martial arts. Even just decades ago, if you talk about Chinese martial art, mostly it is a villager type of teaching. It's not even systematic, it's not even comprehensive. Today you look at the MMA like Xi Xiaodong, which is comprehensive in fighting art. How can you face that with those religious, the villagers stuff or religious stuff where you have some kind of belief? What people like Xi Xiaodong and MMA is a technology. So this is the reality, okay? As what I mentioned just now, people go sometimes say, you know what, Henry, I want to learn your 6 healing sounds. And then I want to learn your this, I want to learn your this. But are they serious? I can guarantee you most is not serious, especially those grandmasters and those rich and famous. They want shortcut. They want just add the collections to their toy. And that's why more and more, I don't talk to these people anymore. I tell them this. If you want to apply for my class and do it formally, you pay this much money for it. And most people back off. And I even tell some rich and famous it's $1 million. Why? Is that the $1 million which I want? No. It's because your heart is not learning. You don't respect the teacher. You don't respect the subject. You don't. And you will not be able to think, to investigate, to experience with it. You don't. And then also you don't go want to find out what it is. You don't. Because the idea is, if I'm rich and famous, then I got this, I can get that, I can get that, and then I can show off what I know. But in fact, I have no idea what the heck's going on. Okay? Same thing with many grandmaster, so-called grandmaster. Like when I was young, when I learned from my teacher, late Sifu Cho Hong Choi, when I told him, say, hey, you know, this Sifu have this, understand this, have this art, that art, that art. He told me, he said, I really not that smart. I only know one art. In fact, Sifu Cho Hong Choi investigate a lot of things. Like here I show you a lot of basic stuff. Okay? So one need to know, one need to be really specific, know what is the field of one's study. This is not toy stuff. Okay? So like today people talk about Qigong. Do you know that Qigong have the charging energy or nurture Qi part and the training part? In Chinese, one is called Yang, nurture, another is Lian. Like the six healing sound. It is not a sound. It is on relaxing the internal organs. But even that is dissipative. One needs to know how to nurture the Qi. So six healing sound is not like, oh, I learned this, I follow this, and I know everything. This will play magic. No, it is not like that. It is like the technology. And it's like the medicine. You need to use it carefully. Okay? The guy who keeping thinking, oh, I'm going to do six healing sound every day like that. Well, you look into him. If he or she do not have enough energy, he did that, he's going to drain his body. Okay? Especially those who make a lot of sound. Even when you do mantra, mantra meditations, if you do it loud for a long time, you're going to drain energy. If you just don't making sound, like keeping thinking or that, you are draining energy too. So in the past, the practitioner know this. So why do I know this? Well, again, because I went to the teacher, follow the 3 steps to find out what is going on every cases. And if I do not sincere with the teacher, will them teach me? Of course not. Okay? So there's a lot of details here. Unless one follow these 3, one was not going to get far. Okay? And also, these days, like the other day, I was talking about a guy who talking with me about Qigong and everything, and I get pissed and I say, this day everybody is Qigong, is grandmaster and so forth, that's bullshit. Why? Do you know how much responsibility to be a Sifu, according to older generations? That's why I don't want to be a Sifu, and I'm not there to be a Sifu. Why? Because a Sifu, once he is your Sifu, he have to take care of your problems. Like my late Sifu Cho Hong Choi. Small detail stuff. If the student has issue, he's going to take care of it. Because it's a responsibility. Like my Buddhist teacher, Buddhist monk teacher, You know what he's telling me? The day I asked him to be my teacher, the day he accepted me to be my teacher, among the Zen monk, he said this. He said, Hendrik, now you have to make a vow that you're going to work hard to become Buddha. Okay? If you don't, I am your teacher now. I am going to wait for you. And I'm going to follow you life by life in reincarnations until you become Buddha. That is the responsibility of a Sifu. And my Sifu is like that. Okay? That's a serious stuff. If you want to be a Buddhist, it's not like, oh, I'm Buddhist, I learn meditations, I learn this. No. Do you commit? If you want to be a real deal Buddhist, it is that real deal. Okay? That is the commitment. It's not just read two books or those kind of philosophy things. It's not. Buddhism, Wing Chun, Qigong, meditation is not philosophy. Chinese culture don't do that. Kungfu, meaning development. Okay? It's not a movie. So today I'd like to share this with you so that you know. I hope that, you know, of course, in this world, there are many people who want to study Qigong, meditation. Buddhism is just for what? For like a religion. And some is just an entertainment. And some is just to add up their toy collection so that they can show off when they are in public. But for those who really want to study and make a difference for them, for themselves, and really help themselves and help others, and for their education, these three things, these three parts I just shared with you, do not ignore it, because it's guaranteed screw up. Okay, if we do not follow that, we are not seeking to be like the guru, the grandmaster, the enlightenment guy. We just want to know what is the reality, what is the truth. I want to see the original face, the truth of it. And you need these three things. Okay? So, like example on the past video of this 2C. You just look at it, you know that what that person screwed up. It is quite clear. When you don't follow this tree, you're going to screw up. And mostly people don't follow this tree because they want to be teacher before even they know what is going on. Or they want to be grandmaster because in their mind it's only, I'm better than you. Okay, how do I beat you? How do I get better than you? I'm a more authentic than you. I'm more grandmaster than you. Those parts. Yet the reality is these three parts for those in the ancient, the real cultivator follow. So you know now, okay, thing is expanding world, like the example of the tuberculosis and the villager Chinese martial art versus the MMA. You cannot cover that thing up because this is reality. So this is for